start with how to answer any question. And to do this, there are 4 steps. You can write these down with me on 181 at the bottom. There are 4 things that every great trainer has to do to answer questions effectively. If you look up here, inviting questions, paraphrase, handle, and conclude, those 4 things, this step-by-step formula that I'm going to teach you was actually designed and built over a course of about 5 years where I was coaching trainers. And I was watching trainers answer questions, and I was watching them answer questions, and I was watching them answer questions. And then I was coaching them doing all of those things. And I realized that they all had one thing in common, the best trainers that were able to answer questions effectively. Thanks for asking that, Kate. What other questions do you have about this room?
What is the name of this room?
So Andrea, you're wondering what this room is called so people know how to get here?
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
Got it. You know, I have a few thoughts on that, Andrea, but I want to get you the exact name of this room. So go ahead and write that down, and I'll answer that for you at the end of class. Thanks for asking. What other questions do you have about this room? I'm going to show you how to remain in charge no matter what's happening. Write this with me on the top of 198. You're in control, but you want them to think they are. You're in control, but you want them to think they are. Here's the reality. If you don't share control with, write this down with me as well, if you don't share control with your trainees, they will take it from you. And the fault finders have a motivation of, what do you think it is? Power and attention. And here's what you do with them. You listen. And you use a parking lot with them. I taught you the parking lot. Do you remember what it was? I said to you, you have to be able to say, if it's out of scope, hey, go ahead and write that down. I'll answer that at 4:30. That's your parking lot. Number 3, you want to turn the issue back on them. If they're a fault finder that says, yeah, but why is the button up there? Why did we choose to set it up like this? Why did our department choose to set it up? Andrea's laughing. Does this happen to you, Andrea? All the time. So why did we do this? The number 1 answer to that question is with a question. You say, well, how did you set it up before this system? And guess what happens? There's only going to be 2 answers. They either set it up before and loved it, and you can say to them, hey, if that's true, we'll leverage that together. Now we're a team. Or they had it set up before and they hated it. And you can say to them, hey, if that's true, I'm going to show you a cool solution to that. And now we're a team again. That's what this chapter is about. How do you end the class in getting them feeling buoyed and energized? It's actually an art. You can learn this. Most trainers have never heard it. Most trainers spend all their time thinking about the intros and very little time thinking about how to end this thing. You're going to be up in front of trainees, and they're going out on a limb right now. They're scared. They got to use this stuff, and for you to say, hey, you're getting this. That's a patriarch or matriarch that's talking to them. That's somebody that they can look up to and say, wow, that trainer in this eval, that trainer made me get, I got it. That trainer cared about me. That's what's going to happen from this. We are now ready, if you look on page 247, for this. Ensure individual success. And if you look on page 247, I want you to read something with me. It says, before you send your trainees on their merry way, it's critical that you ensure, underline this, that they understand the key concepts you taught and can do the necessary tasks they need for their roles. We're going to move on to that one. It's called the independent assessment. I have to say this. I'm so excited to say this. This is by far one of the most powerful and influential things you can do in all of your training, and it happens at the end of every one of your classes. Not at the end of every day, at the end of the whole class. And I'm going to suggest that you save 30 minutes for this thing. It's that awesome. So if you were normally going to end your class at 5 every day, guess what you're going to do? You're going to end it at 4:30 now, so you can get this thing in. Now, what is this thing? Look at on page 251, it says, actually it's not 251, it's 250. Let's read it together. An independent assessment is a way to find out if trainees are able to what? Perform critical tasks. Everyone that's watching this video, most of you are going to be training in EMR. I can't even begin to tell you how many critical tasks there are in an EMR that you must find out if they can do before you send them on their merry way. And if you look on 260, this is your goal, isn't it? You want to get a 5 from everybody. You want these evals to just be up, 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 up. But you also don't just want the evals to go up. You want your whole organization's ROI to go up. And you also just don't want the ROI to go up. You want your trainees, most importantly, to be happy and successful and save their time. And you also want your trainees to be happy. You want their patients. That's the most important thing, to be happy.